This video is about fear, and it's for the one person who's feeling afraid now, or isn't really conscious that they're afraid, but somehow they're still listening to this and they've got a feeling inside that they haven't named yet as fear, but that they know is. In my first change video, I came back to this cemetery and I spoke about a change that had taken place here, and everything that's happening in my life is a result of that moment. And that was the moment that somehow I managed to lift fear off of me and see things for how they were. Because all of my decisions were made by fear. I accepted to live in a situation with somebody who told me that I was old and ugly and repulsive and intolerable and impossible to live with and messy, and I filled 3 or 4 pages in a journal with the negative things that I was hearing. And still, I didn't say, that's enough, I'm not accepting that, because I was afraid. Because I was afraid that the life outside of that situation was worse, where I was alone. Because I was afraid of being powerless. But who makes the decision about whether you're powerless or not? You do. And somehow, things got bad enough that I had to change. I heard someone say recently that they'd been living at 50%, and they'd been living at 50% so long that they'd started taking it for 100%. They thought that was the only possibility that they had. I was probably on a 20% or even a 10. Because all of my energy was mobilized simply just getting through every day. And when that happens, you fear situations where you might have to mobilize energy to do anything other than simply get through things. But that's not acceptable, is it? Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, there's only going to be one life where I'm me. And I'm not going to live it in fear anymore. As soon as I made that decision, as soon as I understood what I needed to do, the stone that I needed to lift off of my head, at the beginning I thought, yeah, I've made it. That's it. I'm free. I had all this space around me. And the question, what would I do if I wasn't afraid of anything? What would I do? And so I've started exploring, and this whole year has been exploration. And I've come a long way, and I'm going further. The first videos I made, I was whispering. I was whispering like a hostage, like somebody in a closet in a movie where there's somebody coming up the stairs and they're hiding and they're whispering to the FBI on their phone and they don't want to be heard. That was my voice, of somebody who wants to speak to the world but daren't be heard. In my next videos, I deleted those. In my next videos, I made myself speak a little louder, and I forced myself to speak a little louder. But still, I wasn't really ready to make myself vulnerable, to allow to really speak about what I truly felt. I had to organize everything, I had to arrange things, I had to speak in an intellectual way about something in a way where I didn't risk too much of who I was. I didn't risk really being seen. I don't really know if this is of interest to anybody, but I know that I'm in the process of living a revolution, and that there are millions and millions of people out there who need to live a revolution as well, because they feel so small in their lives. They feel crushed, they feel small, they're probably getting to the stage where they no longer even feel frustrated. They just feel tired, and they're waiting for it to end. But there isn't anybody coming to rescue you. You just simply need to turn to yourself and say, enough. So my question is, what would you do if you felt no fear whatsoever?